from WebContempo, and today we're going to be diving a little bit deeper into Duplicator and a little bit deeper into pre-packaged / pre-configured sites. And I covered both of these in recent videos, and today we're going to kind of bring it all together. So Duplicator was actually the place that originally gave me the idea to start making pre-configured sites, because it's one of the things they mentioned on their sales page, which I don't know why I never made this connection before, because you could probably do this with Backup Buddy, Updraft Plus, just about any backup plugin you want. For whatever reason, it just I didn't put two and two together or whatever. It didn't happen. So anyway, that's what made me want to set up my own pre-configured site, because this has been something I've wanted for a long time, and I know it's going to save me a ton of time. So just to recap what a pre-configured site is, it's basically a default install of WordPress, which I then have customized so that once I deploy it on my dev server, it's completely ready to start working on a project. So it's got all my plugins I use installed, it's got my theme installed, all the activation codes are entered correctly, homepage is set up and set as the homepage, all that kind of stuff that is just random little tasks you have to do over and over again. Every time you set up a new site, it's all done. So, for years I've been spending time manually redoing these things over and over and over again, and like I said before, I'm pretty fast with it, but at the same time, that it adds up over time. So, finally made this step to set up my own pre-configured site, and today I'm going to show you how I can use Duplicator to quickly deploy that onto any spot on my dev server. Now, Duplicator is not the only solution for doing this, but it's the one I'm going to show you today. So, I'm going to show you that, and then in the next video we might go into another different solution that you could use besides Duplicator, and then you can kind of decide for yourself what format works the best for you. But that being said, let's dive right into it, and I'm going to show you how this works. Alright guys, thanks for sticking with me. So I already kind of went over this in my pre-configured site video, where I kind of walked through and showed you the site and showed you exactly what I put in there and explained why. So if you want to get the full breakdown of how that works, you're going to have to go back and check out that video about my pre-configured site setup. I definitely recommend it if you haven't checked it out yet and you build a lot of sites. So it's going to save you some time. Anyway, just to give you a short recap, this is a blank installation of WordPress I set up here. You can see there's nothing special on the front end, but on the back end I've completely customized the theme, the plugins, and the posts and pages, so that this is totally ready to go when I install it on a new spot on my server, on my dev server. I can deploy it wherever I want, and it's going to be pretty much exactly like this when I do that. So what we're going to do this time is we're going to use Duplicator, which I've installed here, to create a package of this site and then deploy it onto a different area on my dev server. So I already created the package, but just to show you again, you would go into packages, create new, next, and build, and then that would basically give you the same result that I just created. So that's it. The whole deal is right there. Now, to be able to make this work, as I kind of covered in my Duplicator plugin tutorial a couple days ago, you need to create an SQL database on your server, a MySQL database, because they're going to ask you for that info once you have uploaded the files, and you need to connect a WordPress to the database. So that part you're going to need to do. Now, I've already done that, and in my cPanel I found that I have an open spot in my file manager, and it is on sandbox 15. So as you can see, it's totally empty here. What we're going to do is go ahead and upload the, let's see, sandbox. Well, here we want the archive file and installer.php. I guess they're only going to let me do one at a time. So again, in my tutorial the other day, there's a way you can download them both together, and in fact, if I was going to use this long term for deploying sites, I would probably just download those like that and then zip them up into another zip file, and then just keep the whole package like that and upload it in one chunk whenever I want to do this. But for now, we'll just do 2 times. So let's throw the installer up there. Okay, so now if we go back into sandbox 15, you should see both of them there. So like I said, I've already set up the database. So now we can navigate to sandbox 15.contempotato.com and go to the installer. Okay, and we've got double passes there. Let's accept the terms. I don't believe we need to change any of these, especially because this is going on the same dev server. If you're putting it onto a different server, you might need to, but in this case, you do not. So as you can see, we can pretty quickly get the deployment process going here. Now, it did take me probably like 1 to 2 minutes to set up the MySQL database ahead of time. You can just go into your cPanel here. I'll just show you really quick. If you go into cPanel, MySQL database wizard, it'll walk you through it, and you just need to write down or copy down the database name, username, and password, and it's probably going to be local host for the host, unless if you're on some kind of weird hosting. So if you are, get off it and get onto a cPanel host. Alright, so let's see. Connect and remove all data. Okay, so let's go ahead and enter the database info. I called this one Duplicator 2 because we already did one with that name in my last tutorial. And then password I copied into a notepad here. Okay. Actually, it never hurts to test a database. Yep, it only takes a second and success. So let's go ahead and install it. New settings, it's already put in the URL and the path for us, so nothing we need to really do there. It's actually good that they let you change the title on it too. That actually saves an extra step at some point, because you're going to need to do that before you deploy it for a client. And site login is right here. Let's log in. Okay. Remove the installation files now. Alright, so that only took a second, and if we go in here, I can see my installed plugins are all the same that I have on my dev site here, my original site. So all the same plugins. Pages, if we go to pages, we should see only the home page I created. Yep, so that matches up, and there should be nothing under posts, and there should be only one theme, and that would be the Divi theme, and that of course has already got my API key entered and everything, so we're all set with that. So that's it. So that only took a couple of minutes, and we were able to completely deploy this site. It would have taken me way longer to go through and manually add all this stuff and get all this stuff set up. So we went from like 10 to 15 minutes down to like 2 minutes with Duplicator. Again, it's a little bit clunky that you have to create a MySQL database, but it's really not the worst. Once you get used to it, it goes pretty fast. So that's it. Super fast, super easy. I love it. Definitely a good way to go for deploying your prepackaged sites. So highly recommend you check that out if that's the way that you like to deploy sites. Again, I'm going to hopefully come back in another video soon and show you an alternative way of doing this with a different tool. So keep your eyes peeled for that. But for now, you can definitely use this one. Take it and run with it, and good luck.